Good evening and welcome to the Sunday edition of Beating COVID 19. It's also the close of the Talking Heads edition. Today I want to talk about two things. One I had promised last time, how to disinfect your car. And also today I'm going to talk about Kenya at Crossroads. I want to thank you all for this week. I've really gotten a lot of upbeat feedback, and I look forward to next week's coverage, which will be another interesting subject about beating COVID-19. So right now, let me get started with how to disinfect your car. I mean, inside. Now, basically, you have two options. You can always have your car washed out and then manually sanitized and wiped down with wipes and everything. That might be an expensive process. However, some of us like to do things a little more interestingly. We add a bit of chemistry and stuff that we did in school, and we come up with pretty interesting solutions. So today I'm going to share with you what I do to disinfect my car. Now, first things first, I actually prepared the concoction today so that I can show you, and then I have used it in my car, and I've let the car spend the night, and then the following day I can usually wipe down the surfaces if I need to, because most of the end result is that you should not get some residue on your car. Everything should be clean and dry. Oh, ingredients. Okay, let's get your ingredients ready. Get a half-liter bottle. I mean, get a let me show you the final product. Here is this is the final product. This is a half-liter soda bottle and regular garden, if you see, garden spray. Yeah. So basically, what I did was I bought 250 ml surgical spirit. You can use surgical or methylated. I bought 100 ml aftershave, simple one. Mix them together. That means I had 350 ml of over 70% alcohol, because surgical spirit, methylated spirit is like 70%. It's 70% alcohol, which is sterilizer grade, and 100 ml of this is also usually between 60 and 80% for aftershaves. So I had 350 ml. I topped that up with water to make half liter. This, and then I had some glycerin. Yeah, I had some glycerin, normal, and then I just added a few more drops to give it some kind of consistency. Now, as you know, aftershave does have some glycerin to it and a few other chemicals and soaps and detergent-like things in there, but that's not the point here. So I took this. This was full. So I took this and squirted like 100 ml in the car. Started the car up, turned on the fans and heaters, and sprayed in the car throughout, on the dashboard, on the seats, on the gear sticks, on the steering wheel, in the back seat, in the boot, because I have an old car which is like a combined station wagon. And then I ran the fans, not air conditioning, just the fans, on warm, and I watched the car steam up, because there's some water content in the mixture. It forms into vapor, into steam. So every surface of the car is coated by an alcohol-based sterilizer, basically. Ran the car for 5 minutes and then turned it off. I have a wonderful aroma of aftershave in the car, and I let it spend the night. Now, I can't tell you microscopically that is done, but if you follow the law of deduction, you realize that if all your surfaces were coated with a contact sanitizer like alcohol, possibly you have gotten your car sterilized. So in the morning, you can air the car out and wipe the surfaces. You can get one of those Spontex cloths or or antibacterial wipes or disinfectant wipes, and just wipe down the car, and you're good to go. Now, note the following: if you use a bleach mixture, you most likely can stain your car seats. So I went on for an alcohol mixture. If I use the detergent mixture, which also works in killing the COVID virus, you then have the problem that mechanical action is what helps the detergent destroy the the virus. So that's why you are told to wash your hands but not pour on your car seat, because when you wash your hands, the more you rub, the longer you take, the more the detergent acts on the fats and lipids on the surface of the virus and break them apart. So that's how you do it. It's a simple and easy way to disinfect your car every day. The contents costed in total about 170 plus 80, that's 250 bob, plus a few drops of glycerin. Maybe you can buy the 40 bob glycerin bottle and just pour a few drops. So for 500 mls of sanitizer grade mix, costs less than 300 shillings. Yeah, basically 300 for 500 mls. yeah, it's not bad. It's not harsh on the hands. Because of the glycerin, it's a bit gentle on your skin. But enough of that. Now, today I want to talk also, to wind up, because it's a Sunday, I want to talk about Kenya at the crossroads. Now, I have read a lot of people talking about how Noah. Now we're in Sunday, so it's a bit scriptural. How Noah sent out a dove and wanted to check whether the floods had receded, and how other people had waited before acting in scripture, and Elijah in the cave, and all sorts of things. However, the Bible is also a source of situations similar to what Kenya was happening to have. I read the president's speech and I watched it, so I had the benefit of hearing, reading, and seeing. And I wanted to compare apples for apples. The Bible has a very interesting situation which the nation of Israel in the Old Testament faced as they were going to cross into the promised land the first time, not the second time, the first time. And like Kenya, we were at a crossroads where we needed to decide how we are going to navigate the COVID situation and cross into, I would say, the promised land, like a land without lockdowns. And at that time, just like today, the leader of the nation consulted his experts, people who had an insight and expertise in that field. In the time of old, Moses sent out 12 spies, because spies were the ones who could see, and those spies were soldiers. They were undercover military people. They were going to go and size up the promised land for attack. And yes, in our case, we have our foremost experts who were also tasked with the responsibility of looking ahead and seeing, should we or should we not make the decision. The spies came back with evidence of how good the place was, but they gave a bad report. Everyone knows that story. Only Caleb and Joshua stood firm and said that the Lord will give us this land. So I think there was a comparison between faith in God versus military intelligence. In today's case, again, like us, we have a situation as a Christian. I have the question of faith in God versus the scientific background. And like in the past and today, the overarching discussion wins the day. In those days of Joshua, faith in God lost to military intelligence. And in today, faith in God lost to science. Now, I cannot say that what's going to happen to Kenya going forward. We have another 30 days, not 40 years like what happened to those of Israel. But the consequences of missed opportunities, of hesitation at the crossroads, led in that time to lost opportunities, lost lives, lost dreams, lost hopes, and extended time in the wilderness, longer to recover. And when they went the second time, it was all uphill. They had to fight every tribe, everybody. I mean, it was a war after war after war after war after war after war until they settled. Now, Kenya is at a crossroads, and they have made their decision. I personally think that we have not consulted the faith fraternity from the start. Once it was science and government, like I had posted in a previous study, that was it. I mean, you couldn't get your word edgewise. And now we are heading into, if you remember the coverage on the state of mind, we are heading into a time when mental health will become a big issue, because many people are going to bear the scars of despondency, depression, distress, missed opportunities, closed borders. People who used to travel don't travel. People have to stay home. They are getting worn out. Not to say that we don't have merit in the choices that were made, but every choice has a consequence. And as I close, I just want to urge you not to lose faith in God, not to lose your faith in God. Form support groups when you can share your frustrations together, one to another, and the Lord will listen to your prayers and give you aid and arm in your days of need. Do not be driven by fear, because fear will drive you over the edge. Have faith that we are beating COVID-19, and I keep saying this because I believe in it. Believe that there is more to this virus than what meets the eye. And lastly, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. You know how to wash your hands. You know how to cover your mouth. You know how to keep distance. You know how to chill at home. You know how to carry extra clothes. You know how to chillax. You know how to censor your news. You know how to have confidence. Believe in your own ability to make it through this pandemic. And on the other side of the tunnel, on the other side of the bridge, the day of celebration will be great. I want to say thank you. Once again, have a good night. God bless you all. Keep you safe. Bless your week. This coming week, we're going to have a very interesting week, because we're going to talk about lockdowns. And lockdowns, yes or no? I mean, there are many countries, many different systems they have applied. And we'll get a chance to cover them all, hopefully, within the course of the week. I will also publish today all the subsequent Talking Heads episodes, so that you can read and follow through and catch up. I want to thank you all for just being there. Share, like, subscribe, especially on YouTube, because with YouTube at least we have more features that we can use. And right now we are not able to do so many things because we have few subscribers. But if you add some more, we'll get there. This is not a commercial pursuit. This is just a way to share, to offer support, to show and to point out what is good and nice in this world. Take care. God bless you. Have a good night. And see you in the next one. Bye.